Our Tyagaraja Swami, who is also one of the greatest composers of Carnatic music and who was influential in establishing the classical music tradition in India, he chanted Ramanamam for 960 million times, and he was able to see Rama, Lakshmana, Sitama and Hanuman in their true form. Ramamantra japi sohe manuja, Ramamantra japi sohe manuja, Ramamantra japi sohe. सकल वेदगलिगे सारविनिब मंत्र मुक्ति मार्ग केಳಿದೆ ಮೂಲ ಮಂತ್ರ सकल वेदगलिगे सारविनिब मंत्र मुक्ति मार्ग केಳಿದೆ ಮೂಲ ಮಂತ್ರ भक्ति रस के वो में पट्टी तोरुव मंत्र सुख निधि पुरंदर विठलन महामंत्र सुख निधि पुरंदर विठलन महामंत्र राम मंत्र जपिसो राम मंत्र जपिसो हे मानुज राम मंत्र जपिसो मंत्र जपिसो. So this Rama mantra is also called the Taraka mantra. Taraka mantra, which is capable of lifting us from this ocean of samsara or material existence and helping us attain the path of moksha and reaching God. So today we are going to see a mantra which doesn't require any qualifications, which doesn't have any time restrictions, place restrictions, and which can be chanted by anybody, even if they feel that they are impure. Once they chant this mantra, they become pure and the whole place is sacred. And the mantra goes like Apatamapahataram Dataram Sarvasampadam Lokaviram Shri Rama Bhuyo Bhuyo Namamyaham Apatamapahataram Dataram सर्वसंपदां लोकाविराम श्रीराम भूयो भूयो नमाम्यहम् आपदामपहतारं दातारं सर्वसंपदां लोकाविराम श्रीराम Apatamapahattaram. Rama, who protects us from all dangers. Dataram Sarvasampadam. Rama, who bestows upon us the best fortune in the world. Lokabhiramam Shri Ramam. Rama, who is adorned by the whole world, who attracts each and everybody's heart, who wins over everybody's heart through his compassion, love, kindness, beauty, his lotus eyes, and whatnot. Bhuyo Bhuyo Namamyaham. I again and again salute to the Sri Ramachandra Murti. So, let us go through the stories which ensures that this sloka is really true, this mantra is really true and holds true. Tyagaraja Swami once went on a small pilgrimage, and Tyagaraja is a devotee, great devotee of Lord Rama. So wherever he goes, he travels with a small Rama idol. And there was another man called Kovur Sundaresa Mudaliyar. He went to a Shiva temple in a small town, in the same place where Tyagaraja Swami had come for his pilgrimage. So in the Shiva temple, Kovur Sundaresa Mudaliyar is so mesmerized by Shiva's beauty that he sings praises in the name of Lord Shiva. And on his return, he drops by Tyagaraja Swami's ashram. Now Tyagaraja Swami has taken a vow that he will not take any donations from anybody for any reason. And Kovur Sundaresa Mudaliyar had collected some money, some coins, gold coins, to be given as a donation. So he brought it with him and he came to the ashram. One of the disciples of Tyagaraja Swami welcomes him to the ashram, and Kovur Sundaresa Mudaliyar hands over the gold coins to the disciple. The disciple goes and keeps it behind the Rama's idol, and the disciple does not inform that to Tyagaraja Swami. This scene was witnessed by two thieves who were planning to rob the entire gold coins by the night. So everybody was sleeping, it was night time, and suddenly there were stones being pelted at by these two thieves at the ashram. So it was so common in that area that robbery was very common in that area, that if stones were being pelted at a particular place or a house, then it means that the place is going to be attacked or by robbers. So the disciples, they wake up startled and panicking because they did not inform their guru. They know that the thieves are going to attack the ashram any time to take the gold coins away. So they immediately go to Tyagaraja Swami and confess to him that Kovur Sundaresa Mudaliyar had come that day and given some gold coins as donation for the upcoming Rama Utsava. Hearing all this, Tyagaraja Swami very silently, he replies back to the devotee, he replies back to his disciple saying, for what purpose was this donation made? It was made for Rama, right? It was made for Rama Utsava. So it's one's responsibility to protect one's wealth. If it was made for Rama, then let the lotus-eyed, the pitambari clad, the yellow-robed dress, and the one who has broad shoulders, let Rama and Lakshmana come and protect their own wealth. And he slept. So the thieves were continuously pelting stones at Rama's idol. But somehow, suddenly, the stone started to drift away. It did not hit the Rama's idol. Before it hit, it just got diverted. They were stunned, and they just they felt some kind of sudden warmth in the atmosphere. And when they turned their back and they saw two figures standing at a distance, and the figures were glowing. There was some sudden transformation within them, and they felt the radiance and the aura of some divine presence there. They immediately ran towards Tyagaraja Swami, and they fell at his feet and begged for forgiveness. They said they would never commit robbery hereafter because they saw two sevakas of Tyagaraja Swami coming to catch them. And seeing their presence, feeling their presence, made them to reconsider their action of robbing the gold coins. Tyagaraja Swami was surprised to hear that, and he asked, did you really see them? Did you really see Rama and Lakshmana? What took me 960 million times to chant Rama mantra? I took 960 million times, and then I saw Rama Lakshmana, and you just saw them without any effort? Please ask for forgiveness. You are not robbers anymore. You are Mahan. You are great men. You are able to witness the Lord without making any effort. You are Mahan people. You are great people. And he takes the robbers to his idols Rama and Lakshmana to his altar, and he opens the curtains to do the Suprabhada Aarti because it is early morning, Brahma Muhurtam time. So when he opens the curtains, the two robbers are really mesmerized seeing Rama and Lakshmana because it's the same two figures that they saw a while back. So they say in excitement, it's them, we saw them, we saw them in real form. And then they tell Tyagaraja Swami that they will give up their act of robbery from now on and they'll become Tyagaraja Dasargal, just like how Tyagaraja was a Ramadasar. So this incident shows us how Rama protected Tyagaraja from the danger of the thieves robbing the gold coins which was kept for Rama Utsavam, and how Rama bestowed upon the thieves the best fortune in the world, which is good conduct, because anything else can be earned, but having good character is something which cannot be bought by money or anything in the world. And Rama made them reform their way and made them take the right path. So apataram dataram sarvasampadam lokaviram Shri Rama bhuyo bhuyo namamyaham. Now we saw how Rama averted the danger and also bestowed the best fortune. And now, how Rama's mantra became world famous. That's why in the mantra we have this Lokabhiramam Shri Ramam. We are going to see the story behind that. In Dakshina Desam, there was a great saint called Vishwadikar. And there was a conversation going on between Vishwadikar and his disciple Bodhendra. The conversation was obviously about Rama mantra. So Guru was saying to his disciple, so you believe that Rama mantra is powerful. I also believe that Rama mantra is powerful. But how can we ensure that the whole world believes in Rama mantra and they chant, and they all believe and they chant the Rama mantra? So when the Guru poses a question, he also shows a way to ensure that the question is answered. The same way, Vishwadikar tells Bodhendra to go to Puri Jagannath, where a book named Bhagwan Nama Kaumudi was written by Lakshmidhara Kavi. And in that book, there is the knowledge about how to make the Rama mantra world famous. So if Bodhendra was able to read the book and gain the knowledge from it, he can be a tool to ensure that the Rama mantra is being chanted by the whole world and it becomes famous all around the world. So Bodhendra gets the blessings from his Guru and goes to Puri Jagannath. So he visits the Puri Jagannath temple and then he goes to Lakshmidhara Kavi's house. Unfortunately, at the same time, Lakshmidhara Kavi had passed away. He reached the abode of God. But his son, Jagannatha Pandita, was alive. And Jagannatha Pandita was famous in Jagannath Puri for giving remedies for any types of sins. So Bodhendra sat in the front porch of Lakshmidhara Kavi's house and he was doing Nama Japa during the night. So suddenly he heard a weeping sound from inside the house. There was a conversation going on behind the house. So a couple was sharing their grievances to Jagannatha Pandita. This couple, they traveled from Dakshina Desam and they were going to Kasi to visit the Kasi Vishwanatha temple and get his blessings. En route, they used to lodge at different places every night. So one such night when they were staying in a small village, the husband was sleeping in the front porch of the house and the wife was sleeping beside him. Next morning when he wakes up, he's not able to find his wife. He's shocked. He goes and asks everybody about if they had seen a woman, if they had seen his wife somewhere. And all the villagers, they tell him that beautiful women get abducted in that village by bad men. So it's only natural that your wife could have got abducted by any of those bad men. Hearing this, the husband is worried, anxious about what would have happened to his wife. But he doesn't stop his journey. He goes to Kasi. He prays to Kasi Vishwanatha. He asks him to show him the way to find his wife. And again, he's on his return to Dakshina Desam, where he belongs to. But while coming back, he comes to the same path through which he and his wife traveled. So he comes to the same town where he lost his wife. And in the same town, he goes to a pond. He sits in the steps of the temple pond, and he's thinking about his wife, reminiscing the moments that he had with his wife, what all she did for him, everything. And that's when a woman passes by. She has a pot in her hand, and she comes to collect the water from the pond. Seeing this man, she drops the pot instantly and falls at his feet. The man is shocked. The husband is shocked to see a woman falling at his feet, and he finds that it is his wife. He is having so many questions to ask, and he is happy that he found his wife, but he's also wanting to know what happened to her after she got missing. But the wife, she instantly grabs his hand and tells him that let us leave this village immediately, and I'll explain to you later. So they both run away from that village, away for a long time. They run and they go to a forest. And in the midst of a forest, she stops and she talks. She narrates what happened to her, what happened to her husband. So that night, she was being abducted by one of the bad men in the village, and she was imprisoned. Somehow she got a chance to escape, and she had come to the temple pond to collect some water, and that's when she saw her husband. So she begs to him, she cries to him, asking him to accept her at least as a servant, because in those days when the wife goes missing from the husband for many days, it is believed that the wife loses her purity or sanctity, though it is not her fault, but this society perceives it that way. So the wife begs the husband to accept her as at least his servant, because she can no longer be treated equal to a wife. The husband replies with a heavy heart that, though it is not your fault, but the sin has been committed. So let us go to Jagannath Puri. I know a person named Jagannath Pandita, and he's famous for giving remedies for all types of sins. Maybe if we go and tell him our story, definitely maybe he will give us a way, a path forward. So they go to Kasi, believing in Jagannath Pandita, and so they narrate the story to Jagannath Pandita, and all this is being heard by Bodhendral from outside. Hearing the story from the couple, Jagannath Pandita instantly replies, "That's it. That is all. Okay, you chant Rama, 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 and all your sins will go in vain. You don't have to worry about anything. Rama, Rama, Rama solli enniko ella seriyadum." Rama, 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 Rama enniro Sita. Rama, 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 Rama enniro Sita. Hemadita baji shubhavara kamita phala koduvanad. Rama, 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 Rama enniro Sita. Rama, 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 Rama. Ihatalli ishtamuldo paratalli sugamuldo. Ihatalli ishtamuldo paratalli sugamuldo. Marapuradara vitalana smarana vaike otaketu there's a yelling sound from the kitchen. An old lady yells at Jagannatha Pandita. She shouts, Jagannatha, why did you do such a thing? Why did you chant Rama thrice? If your father Lakshmidhara Kavi was in your place, you would have asked her to chant Rama just once. Rama Namam has so much significance. Why did you undermine its significance by asking her to chant thrice? And the old lady is none other than Jagannatha Pandita's mother. So Jagannatha Pandita instantly accepts his fault, and he tells the lady to chant Rama just once in order to make herself purified. And all the three of them, Jagannatha Pandita, the wife, the lady and the husband, all the three of them, they come out of the house and they see Guru Bodhendral sitting and meditating. So they fall at his feet and get his blessings. Bodhendral immediately asks, because he's listened to the entire conversation, he asks Jagannatha Pandita, so how do you prove, how do you know that if she chants Rama mantra, she gets purified? On what basis do you say that if she chants Rama mantra, she gets purified? Jagannatha Pandita replies saying, it's there in my book. It's there in my father's book, Bhagavan Nama Kaumudi. It's written that if one chants Rama mantra, all their sins will go. All their sins will be okay. All their sins will go in vain.
Will be purified.
Okay.
It says in the book, stop right there.
Okay.
You don't have to repeat the Sylvan Keith.
Okay. Bodhendral jumps in excitement and he says, oh, my Guru Vishwadikar sent me from Dakshina Desham to Jagannatha Puri only to read that book. If you could just lend me a copy of Bhagavan Nama Kaumudi, it would be really great. And he gets a copy of Bhagavan Nama Kaumudi from Jagannatha Pandita, and he reads it throughout the night sitting beside the lamp. He's so much engrossed because the book is profound in knowledge about Rama mantra. The next day morning, amidst everybody, he tells Bodhendral, see, I believe in Rama mantra, you believe in Rama mantra, but how do we ensure that the world believes it? So saying, he calls the lady, he calls a wife. Come on, ma, come here. I want you to go to the pond close by, and I want you to take a dip. And when you take the dip, when you come out, I want you to chant Rama.
It's fine.
Okay. I want you to chant Rama. Is this the same Shruti? Rama.
That's A sharp. But okay, fine, that's fine. Go ahead.
Oh,
G
God.
Okay. That's okay.
இப்போ நான் என்ன ஸ்ருதில சொல்லலாம்?
Gina G. Which one? You prefer A sharp?
தெரியல ராகுல்.
You believe A sharp on, right? You're leaving that on the whole time.
அதுதான் இப்ப சொன்னேனா? A sharp-ஆ சொன்னேன். ஆமா A sharp தான். அதுதான் வருது எனக்கு தெரியல.
So we'll do no because that's on the whole time. Okay. Yeah. We plan turning it off or no?
No.
No, okay.
I want you to chant Rama, and if you come in the same outfit, that is the same jewels, the same sari that you wore before you got kidnapped, then consider yourself purified. Believing in the Guru's words, the lady gets his blessings and she proceeds towards a river. The whole village is witnessing the incident. She walks down to the pond. But she's quite shy, feeling that everybody's watching her. But believing that my Guru Bodhendral is there, and everything will be fine. I will get my life back. She walks slowly towards the water. She gets inside the water and she dips herself inside and she comes out. She says, Rama! And to the whole village's astonishment, she is clad in the same sari that she wore before she got kidnapped. She's wearing the same jewels that she wore before she got kidnapped. Her face is in the same condition. She's wearing the same kumkum, same bottu, same turmeric powder, and she's all mangalam. She's all sacred when she comes out. So she's so happy that she got her life back. She immediately rushes towards Guru Bodhendral's feet, and she thanks the Guru for giving her the life back. The Guru replies, "Tomorrow I will have food served by you, ma. Naliki bikshe un kayyala." She is even more overwhelmed with joy, and she says, "How fortunate should I be to get my life back and also to serve a guru like you." And the whole village is talking about the power of Rama mantra. They're all discussing about whatever Guru Bodhendral said came true. She became sacred, she became purified, just like how Guru Bodhendral predicted. Rama mantra is indeed famous, is indeed powerful. Rama nama mane varakat kamivi. 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 Rajiludaina Tyagarajunike. Rajiludaina Tyagarajunike. Paduriti kolo Viya Vaya Rama. Paduriti kolo Viya Vaya Rama. Paduriti kolo Viya Vaya Rama. Vindivani Mutalaina Mata. Tulta Vindivani Mutalaina Mata. Tulta Vindivani Mutalaina Mata. Tulta Vindivani Mutalaina Mata. Tulakoti Nela Kula Jeyunija. Tulakoti Nela Kula Jeyunija. Paduriti kolo Viya Vaya Rama. Paduriti kolo Viya Vaya Rama. Paduriti kolo Viya Vaya Rama. Rama. So we saw how Rama mantra became world famous. And Rama mantra is the one which gave us independence in thought, in action, because it is not specific to one particular culture. It's being chanted by everybody, people across all cultures, all races, all creeds, all religions. They chant Rama mantra, and there is no restriction. So to prove this point, we are going to see Kabir Das' story. Once in Kasi, there was a saint named Kabir Das. Kabir Das is a great Indian poet come saint who influenced the Bhakti movement in India. So suddenly he got this urge in learning the Rama mantra. Because till then he was not interested in Rama, but from somewhere he got this urge to get the Rama mantra Diksha from a guru called Ramananda in Kasi. So he was approaching the Ramananda's ashram when one of the disciples of Ramananda came out and shouted at Kabir, "Kabir, why are you here? You do not belong here. What is the purpose of your visit?" And Kabir says, "I have come to meet Ramananda, Guru Ramananda, and get mantra diksha, Rama mantra diksha from him." The disciple replies, "Oh, you are not fit to chant the Rama mantra. You do not belong to Hindu culture and you cannot meet the Guru today." Kabir persistently tries to force his way inside the ashram in order to meet the Guru, and he says, "You are not the Guru. I will wait here until I meet Guru Ramananda and get the mantra diksha from him. But the disciple forced Kabir to go away. So he said, just go away, Kabir. You cannot meet him today and you're not going to get the mantra diksha from him. Hearing all this, Kabir is so much depressed and he proceeds towards the river Ganges. He goes to the steps, which is proceeding to the river. He sits on the steps and he cries profusely to Lord Rama. He cries, he says, Rama, the whole world adores you, reveres your mantra. Everybody can chant your mantra. And there is no restriction as to when we should chant or who should chant, be it rich or poor or old or young. Anybody can chant. Then why do I alone need qualifications to chant your mantra? Would me being a human being not suffice to chant? Would me having an interest to be devoted to you not suffice? These were the questions posed by Kabir to Rama. And he banged his head towards the steps. And it was night time. Ramananda in his ashram, he was sleeping in his ashram when he got a dream. In the dream, he saw Rama Lakshmana, the one with lotus eyes, Kamala Nayana, Pitambara Bhushanam, and Vakshasthalam, the one with broad shoulders, walking towards the Ramananda ashram. He is about to keep his step foot forward when Rama refuses to keep his foot. Lakshmana asks Rama, Rama, why are you hesitating to enter Ramananda's ashram? We've come to see him, right? Rama replies, Lakshmana, this place is unholy. Sadhus have been disrespected here, and I will not enter an unholy place. Ramananda, seeing this, visualizing this in the dream, he wakes up startled. He calls all his disciples and he asks them if any sadhus had come that day to the ashram and if anybody were sent away. And all the disciples said, no, we didn't see anybody coming. Then Ramananda asked a question again, did anybody come today to meet to the ashram? And one of the disciples stepped forward and he said, yeah, this Kabir, Guru Kabir from the next street, he came today. He was asking for Rama Mantra Diksha from you. I know for a reason that if he meets you, you definitely give him Rama Mantra Diksha. But we do not know which caste or creed he belongs to. He does not belong to Hindu caste. And if you give Mantra Diksha to him, then the whole society will talk ill of your reputation, Guru. And I don't want that to happen. So, yeah, I sent him away. Hearing this, the Guru was very angry. And he shouted at his disciple saying, which society are you talking about? Which people are you talking about? For all these years I have built this ashram and nobody has even bothered to step into this ashram asking for a mantra diksha. Nobody has even done an upavasam for an ekadasi. And from somewhere, someone called Kabir Das comes asking for Rama Mantra Diksha and you just tell him to go away? I am going to the river Ganges to take a dip, and in the morning, in front of everybody, I am going to give Mantra Diksha, Rama Mantra Diksha to Kabir Das, and I don't care what people talk about me. And he storms out of the ashram. It's dark outside and he's proceeding towards the river Ganges. Since he's quite accustomed to taking dips in the river, he closes his eyes and he chants Siya Ram, Siya Ram, Siya Ram every step that he makes. As he's proceeding towards the river, each and every step he makes, he says Siya Ram. And unknowingly, he steps on Kabir Das's head because Kabir Das is lying there banging his head towards the steps. Suddenly he realizes that he stepped on somebody. So he just goes back and he says, Siya Ram! And Kabir Das is all in tears. He gets up and he says, he thanks Guru Ramananda for not only giving him Mantra Diksha, but also the Padasparsham. He says, Guru, I am indeed fortunate today. I've got the Rama Mantra Diksha that I have waited for so long. and also your Padasparsham. Guru hugged him tightly and told Kabir, Kabir, you are not the one who's fortunate. Even Rama would be lucky to have you as his devotee. You are the best of my disciples. Kabir, with so much humility, replies back, no, Guru, it's not like that. It's me who is fortunate to have got the blessings of you, of such a Guru like, renowned Guru like you. Guru Kripa Anjana Payo Mere Bhai, Guru Kripa Anjana Payo Mere Bhai, Rama Bina Mujhe Dekhat Nahi, Guru Kripa Anjana Payo Mere Bhai, Rama Bina Mujhe Dekhat nahi, Javat Rama Sovat Rama, Javat Rama Sovat Rama, Javat Rama Sovat Rama, Sapna mein dekhat Kodand Rama, Sapna mein dekhat Kodand Rama, Guru Kripa Anjana Payo Mere Bhai, Rama Bina Mujhe Dekhat nahi, Mujhe Dekhat nahi, Mujhe Dekhat nahi. So with Guru's grace, all you can see is Rama from within, Rama from outside, Rama everywhere. Antara Rama, Bahari Rama, Jagat Rama. When you're awake, you see Rama. When you're sleeping, you see Rama. But all it takes is Guru's grace. That Guru Kripa should be there. There is another famous Hindu poet come saint, Tulsidas. He also signifies the importance of chanting the Rama mantra. According to one of his dohas, the word Ram, when we chant the word Ram, Ra, if you take the syllables Ra, we open our mouth. So it means all the sins that we have committed so far is going out of us. And we say the sound we make the sound Ram, because when we do that, we close our mouth. So we are ensuring that the sins that have just gotten out of us do not come back to us again. Shri Ramachandra Kripal Bhajaman Haran Bhava Bhayadarunam Navakalja Lochana Kalja Mukadar Kalja Pada Kancharunam Shri Ram Jai Ram, Shri Ram Jai Ram, Shri Ram Jai Ram, Shri Ram Jai Ram. Kandarpa Ganita Mita Chavi Navanila Niraja Sundaram Patapita Manahu Tarita Ruchi Suchi Naumi Janaka Sudambaram Shri Ram Jai Ram, Shri Ram Jai Ram, Shri Ram Jai Ram, Shri Ram Jai Ram. Bajudina Bandhu Dinesha Danava Daitya Vamshanikandanam Raghunanda Ananda Kanda Gosala Chanda Dasharatha Nandanam Shri Ram Jai Ram, Shri Ram Jai Ram, Shri Ram Jai Ram, Shri Ram Jai Ram. Sira Mukuta Kundala Tilaka Charu Udaranga Vibhushanam इति वदति तुलसीदास शङ्कर शेषमुनिमनरञ्जनं मम हृदय कञ्जनिवास गुरु कामादिकलदलभञ्जनं श्रीराम जय राम 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 श्रीराम जय राम.
Continue. 40 minutes there. Continue.
Srimad Ramayanam teaches us a lot of life lessons, even which are applicable to Kali Yuga. The paths travelled by Sri Ramachandramurti and Sita Ma, the struggles that they have undergone, the pains that they have experienced, the sacrifices that they have made during their 14-year exile period, we learn quite a lot from them. And Rama also, Lord Vishnu, he took the human form of Rama in order to ensure that we follow whatever he experienced. He wanted us to follow that in our daily actions during our lifetime. So that's one of the reasons why he took a human birth, because he practiced what he preached. And one of the aspects that we are going to see today, which is going to be very helpful for our personal development and also through our life's struggles, is keeping our mind balanced and having control over our emotions. So, to quote a few incidents where Rama depicted this quality are when Rama was 24 years of age. Dasharatha Maharaja, his father, called him to his chambers and he was so excited to tell Rama to be prepared for his coronation, for Rama's coronation. Dasharatha Maharaja showed so much of excitement, whereas Rama accepted it as if it was a very ordinary occurrence. He was being very calm when he heard it. And when the situation got reversed, when Dasharatha Maharaja called Rama to ask him to go to the forest for 14 years, send him for exile for 14 years, Dasharatha Maharaja was grief-stricken because he loved his son dearly, he loved his Rama dearly. But Rama accepted that also with the same calmness, and he was not depressed, nor was he agitated when his father said something like that. He accepted it as if he accepted it like how an obedient son would do, and he sent forth for exile. So if we see these two situations, Rama kept his emotions under control, and his state of mind was neutral in both the situations. In the same way, there's one more incident where Rama, after helping Sugriva retrieve his kingdom and wife, was being very understanding of the circumstances and the surroundings. Sugriva, once he got his kingdom and wife back, he was ready to help Rama to go and save Sita Ma. But Rama asked Sugriva to go and have some quality time with his family and kingdom and then come back to him in his effort to save Sita. Even there, he showed the quality. He kept his mind under control. He kept his senses under control. He was very balanced, and he did not allow the situation to take control of him. Instead, he took control of the situation. In the same way, we go through so many ups and downs in our life. Life is never going to be always victorious. Whatever we expect is always never going to happen. There might be some places where we need to trade off and we need to sacrifice. So it is necessary that we keep our mind in control. It is necessary that we keep a balanced, neutral state so that we can think through the situation and make clear decisions, make clear judgments. When we are in a very excited state, we tend to overcome it. And when we are in a very depressed state of mind, we take decisions which we regret later. So from Rama's life and Rama's behavior in whatever he had gone through, we come to realize that keeping a calm state of mind and being calm and composed and being patient in times of adversity helps us a long way through this journey called life. Hare Ramachandra Raghukulesh Mritu Subhash Sesha Sayana Parana Nisodaraja Viraja Turagaraja Rajanuta Niramaya Pagana Sarasirodalakshayanu Suver Kulnananuta Brovakanu Samayaniki Takumaataladani Sadbatulanatadadi Janane Amarita Gana Puja Konane Alugava Tanane Vimukula Tonu Chera Pogu Manane Veda Kalkina Taluko Manane Tamasamadi Sukadha Yakuta Kushi Yagarajanu Tudu Cheta Ragani Sadi Gincha Ne O Manasa Sadi Gincha Ne கொஞ்சம் கம்மியாக தான் எடுக்கணும், ஏன்னா ஹை போகும் பயங்கரமா. ஜி சுத்த பிரம்ம ரொம்ப கீழே சுத்த परमेश्वर राम शुद्ध ब्रह्म परात्पर राम कालात्मक परमेश्वर राम शेषतल्पसुत नेत्रत राम ब्रह्माद्यमर प्रार्थित राम चन्द्रकिरण कुलमण्डन राम श्रीमद्दशरथ नन्दन राम कौसल्या सुखवर्धन राम विश्वामित्र प्रियदन राम घोरताटकाघाटक राम मारीचादि निपातक राम कौशिकमक संरक्षक राम श्रीमदहल्याधारक राम गौतम मुनि पूजित राम सुरमुनिवर गण संस्तुत राम नाविकदावित मृदुपद राम मिथिलापुर जन मोहक राम विदेह मानस रंजक राम त्र्यंबक कार्मुक भजक राम पालक राम। राम राम जय राजा राम। राम राम जय सीताराम। राम राम जय राजा राम। राम राम जय सीताराम। अगणित गुणगण भूषित राम। अवनीतनया कामित राम। अगणित गुणगण भूषित राम। अवनीतनया कामित राम। राकाचन्द्र समानन राम। पितृवाक्याश्रित कानन राम। प्रियगुह विनिवेदित पद राम। प्रक्षालित निज मृदु पद राम। वरद्वाजमुखानन्दक राम। चित्रकूटादिनिकेतन राम। दशरथ सन्तत चिन्तित राम। कैकेयी तनयार्पित राम। विरचित निज पितृकर्म कराम। भरतार्पित निज पादुक राम। राम राम जय राजा राम। राम राम जय सीताराम। राम राम जय राजा राम। राम राम जय सीताराम। दंडकावण जन पावन राम। दुष्ट विराध विनाशन राम। दंडकावण जन पावन राम। दुष्ट विराध विनाशन राम। शरभंग सुतीक्षार्चित राम। अगस्त्यानुग्रह वर्जित राम। गृगाधिप संसेवित राम। पंचवटी तट सुस्थित राम। शूर्पणखाति विधायक राम। करदूषण मुख शोधक राम। सीता प्रिय हरिनानुग राम। मारीचातिकृदाशुग राम। विनस्त सीतान्वेषक राम। गृगाधिप गतिदायक राम। शबरी दत्त फलाशन राम। कबर्ड बाहुच्छेदन राम। राम राम जय राजा राम। राम राम जय सीताराम। राम राम जय राजा राम। राम राम जय सीताराम। हनुमत सेवित निज पद राम। नट सुग्रीवाभीष्टद राम। हनुमत सेवित निज पद राम। नट सुग्रीवाभीष्टद राम। गर्वित वाली समारक राम। वानर दूत प्रेषक राम। हितकर लक्ष्मण संयुत राम। राम राम जय राजा राम। राम राम जय सीताराम। राम राम जय राजा राम। राम राम जय सीताराम। कपिवर सन्तत संस्तुत राम। तद्गति विघ्न ध्वंसक राम। कपिवर सन्तत संस्तुत राम। तद्गति विघ्न ध्वंसक राम। सीता प्राणतारक राम। दुष्ट दशानन दूषित राम। शिष्ट हनुमत दूषित राम। सीता वेदित काकावन राम। कृतचूडामणि दर्शन राम। कपिवर वचनाश्वासित राम। राम राम जय राजा राम। राम राम जय सीताराम। राम राम जय राजा राम। राम राम शरिदेशार्तितरां विभीषणाभयदायकरां पर्वतसेतुनिबन्धकरां कुम्भकर्णचिरच्छेदकरां राक्षससङ्गविमर्दकरां ऐमयि रावणचारणरां संवृतदशमुखरावणरां दिववमुखसुरसंस्तुतरां कस्थितदशरथवीक्षितरां सीतादर्शनमोदितरां अभिषक्तविभीषणनटरां पुष्पकयाणारोहणरां भरद्वाजाभिनिषेवणरां भरतप्राणप्रियकररां साकेतपुरीभूषणरां सकलस्वैर्यसमानतरां रत्नलसत्पीठास्थितरां पट्टाभिषेकालङ्कृतरां पार्थिवकुलसम्मानितरां विभीषणाप्रितरङ्गकरां कीचकुलानुग्रहकररां सकलजीवसंरक्षकरां समस्तलोकाधारकरां सकलजीवसंरक्षकरां समस्तलोकाधारकरां राम राम जय राजा राम 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 जय सीताराम राम राम जय राजा राम 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 जय सीताराम आगत मुनिगणसंस्तुतरां विश्रितदशकन्तोद्भवराम् आगत मुनिगणसंस्तुतरां विश्रितदशकन्तोद्भवरां सीतालिङ्गननिवृतरां नीतिसुरक्षितजनपदरां विपिनत्याजितजनकजरां कारितलवणासुरवदरां स्वर्गतशम्भुकसंस्तुतरां स्वतनयकुशलवनन्दितरां अश्वमेधकृतुदीक्षितरां कालावेदितसुरपदरां आयोध्यकजनमुक्तितरां विधिमुखविभुरानन्दकरां तेजोमय निजरूपकरां संस्मृतिबन्धविमोचकरां धर्मस्थापनतत्पररां भक्तिपरायणमुक्तितरां सर्वचराचरपालकरां सर्वभवामयवारकरां वैकुण्ठालय संस्थितरां नित्यानन्दपदस्थितरां वैकुण्ठालय संस्थितरां नित्यानन्दपदस्थितरां राम राम जय राजा राम 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 जय सीताराम राम राम जय राजा राम 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 जय सीताराम राम राम जय राजा राम 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 जय सीताराम राम राम जय राजा राम 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 जय सीताराम
எவ்வளவு கெஸ்ட் நோஸ் ஸ்ருதி மாறின்னு தெரியுமா அதுலயே ஒரு கானா டிஃபரெண்ட் கா யூஸ் பண்றா ஒரு நானா டிஃபரெண்ட் நான் யூஸ் பண்றா
நீ முடியலன்னா நான் ஸ்ருதி பாக்ஸ் வச்சு பாடுறேன்டா
அண்ணாங்கட்டி நான் ப்ளே பண்றேன் யூ ஹேவ் டு ஐ காண்ட் ஐ வில் ப்ளே But I'm saying if
you want to starting notes
so no மங்களம் கிடையாது அப்போ
மங்களம் இருக்கு
இதுக்கு மேல மங்களம் வர பாட போறேன்
1 hour தான ஆகுது ராகுல் no 15 minutes இருக்கு actually I was thinking instead of singing மங்களம் I'll sing Hanuman Chalisa because Thursday be too much மொக்கையா போடுற நீ உனக்கு வாசிக்கிறது கஷ்டமா இருக்கும்
வாசிக்கிறது கஷ்டம் இல்ல இது மொக்கையா இருக்கும் ஏன்னா நீ டிஸ்கோஸ்க்காக நீ உட்கார்ந்துட்டு எல்லாரும் நீ மெஜாரிட்டி லாஸ்ட்ல ஓகே திஸ் இஸ் ஃபைன் இதுக்கு மேல ஓவர் கில் பண்ணா தாங்க முடியாது
சரி மங்களம் மாலை ஓகே this new year let us invoke the blessings of Shri Ramachandra Murthy and pray that he bestow upon us Guru Kripa, Satsang, Ramanamam and all the best fortunes in the world and conclude this session. रामचन्द्राय जनकराजता मनोहराय राघवाभीष्टदाय महितमङ्गलम् रामचन्द्राय जनकराजता मनोहराय राघवाभीष्टदाय महितमङ्गलम् कोसलेशाय मदहासदासपोषणाय वासवादिविनुतसर्वराय मङ्गलम् कोसलेशाय मदहासदासपोषणाय वासवादिविनुतसर्वराय मङ्गलम् चारुमेघरूपाय चन्दनादिचर्चिताय हारकाटशोभिताय भूरिमङ्गलम् चारुमेघरूपाय चन्दनादिचर्चिताय हारकाटशोभिताय भूरिमङ्गलम् विमलरूपाय विविधवेदान्तवेद्याय सुमुखचित्तकामिताय शुद्धमङ्गलम् विमलरूपाय विविधवेदान्तवेद्याय सुमुखचित्तकामिताय शुद्धमङ्गलम् रामदासाय मृदुलहृदयकमलवासाय स्वामी भद्रदेवराय सर्वमङ्गलम् रामदासाय हृदयकमलवासाय स्वामी भद्रदेवराय सर्वमङ्गलम् लोका समस्ता सुखिनो भवन्तु लोका समस्ता सुखिनो भवन्तु लोका समस्ता